Today in my tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a pencil edge with metallic thread on your serger, and we're going to do a drop crystal edge. As the bride walks down, she'll have that lovely sparkle on the edge, and we're going to do that in 3 easy steps. First, I'm going to show you how to edge the veil in a pencil edge, and then I'm going to show you how to put the crystals on, and then I'm going to show you how to put it on a comb. All right, so let's get started. With that said, you'll need to get a cut edge veil, and to do that, you're going to head over to the cut edge veil tutorial, and I'll teach you how to cut your veil and get it ready for this tutorial. Right now, let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to do the pencil edge first. Now I'm using a baby lock, and I just do a standard rolled hem. That's it. I put this tab here so you can see what I'm talking about, because when we're sewing this, I like to have a little bit of a seam allowance, and it's even still hard to see with this little tab here. But what we're doing is when we're sewing with a rolled edge on a veil, we want to look at the knife, not the needle, because what happens is we'll get off and we'll get a holiday and you'll have to start all over again. All right, so with that said, I'm going to start this. This is a 42-inch length with a 72-inch width, so it's going to be a semi-full veil. I'll start it, I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll finish it, and then we'll get on to the next step, which is putting the drop crystals on. Let's take a peek. Isn't that lovely? That little metallic edge has a nice sparkle to it and will be a lovely complement to the drop crystals that we're going to be sewing on here. And now I'm about to head into the curve, and so when you're on your serger on the curve, just take it a little bit slower as you're going around. That way you don't have those gaps, and then you'd have to start over. All right, I'll meet you on the other end, and I'll show you how to put the drop crystals on the edge. Our next step is to take these little drop crystals and place them on the edge. And the drop crystals that you're looking for would have a little sew through so that it sews right there, so it drops like that. So it's not a sew through bead like a bicone crystal, it just sews through that way. And then I have 22 of these. So your veil math is going to be your length both sides plus your width. And you take that number and then you divide it by the amount of crystals that you want to put on there. I'm putting on 22 crystals, actually 21 crystals, and that means I'm going to have one every 7 inches. All right, so what I'm using is the same thread that I did for that little pencil edge, which is metallic silver. And I'm just going to, I just wanted to show you a little map that I put on my edge. This is how I do it. I just put a little piece of tape there, because if I put needles, they fall out. And that way now I don't have to do the math anymore. It's already perfectly lined up. And I'm just going to go where the little tape is. I'm just going to run right through the pencil edge. And I'm going to lock that stitch. And now I'm going to take my crystal. And drop it in. And the reason I'm not using invisible thread on this is it can sometimes unknot because it's nylon, and this won't. And then I'm going to come through here and just basically I'm just going to make a little knot that you can't see, making sure that the loop is allowing it to drop. And then just knot that up. And there's the drop crystal, and we're just going to continue to do that. Isn't that lovely? So it just dangles there. So pretty. And I'm just going to keep doing that all the way down the edge. I'll do another one here for you. The most tedious part about this is that you're going to have to tie your thread each time you do a crystal. But, you know, this is a labor of love, so that we get to do something beautiful. It takes time. It takes effort. Again, this is really a beginner's kind of a thing to do, a pencil edge. On a fingertip is a great veil to start practicing on, and a drop crystal edge, they're very expensive at the bridal stores. Anytime you put a crystal on anything, it's expensive, so you're saving yourself hundreds of dollars doing it yourself. Okay, I knotted that crystal again, and then we're going to just drop it in. And I like to make sure I got it good and tied, so I do a double knot. And there it is. Just cut as close as you can to that knot. Kind of impossible for it not to show, but you don't really see it, but you sure see the beauty. Look at that little dangler. Oh, so cute. All right, well, I'm going to keep going on the edge, and then I will show you the next step. which will be putting that on a comb. My edge is in and it turned out so wonderful. It has that little pop of color because they have an AB quality to them, and every 7 inches was perfect. It's not overkill. It's just a touch, a hint of that lovely crystalness. Now what we're going to do is we're going to gather that and put it on a comb. And you'll want to grab some fishing line, just a 40-pound fishing line with 2 safety pins. And I'm just going to start with a nice zigzag stitch. And because we're not gathering with the thread, we're gathering with the fishing line, what we're going to do is do a 5 width, 5 length, and I'm going to lock that first stitch. And the first stitch is always the most difficult. And we're just going to go real quick and do a lock. Now the next thing we're going to do is, this is why I have this little pad here so you can see. And we're going to do a little seam allowance all the way down, and we're going to straddle back and forth with that zigzag stitch the fishing line. And here's the fun part. Because I use the same fishing line over and over, and you cut off little bits. Eventually it gets shorter, and what you do is you pull it, and as you can see, it gathered back there, and now I have extra, and you just keep pulling throughout the process. All right, let me show you at the other end. That final stitch, I'm going to lock it. And then do not take it off the fishing line. We're just going to pull it off the machine and cut the threads. The next step is to get these gathers all lined up straight this way and straight that way. And the reason I do that is if you don't, it kind of bunches on the comb weird, and you don't want that. So like, for instance, look at the gather here. This is all bunched up here. So what we're doing is we're moving this down, and it just, you have to do it. It doesn't want to do it on its own, I think, because of the body and all of that netting. All right. So all of these are straight going both sides, nothing tucked under, and we're going to now pull the machine back over, and you see this little ditch here that we created. I'm going to sew in that ditch with a 2 width, 2 length, and I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way down the entire length of that so that it finishes off nice and professional. And I'm going to pull that out just a little bit, because this very first part, right at the beginning, you want to get that nice and tight, that nice good lock stitch there. So I'm going to hold that right there, and I'm going to give it a good lock. Now with that locked in place, I can now pull this, and now we are going to be using this on the fishing line to tighten it, because we're going to try to get down to a 2-inch comb. All right, and you're going to be holding, you're going to be pulling, and before we start, making sure once again that all those gathers are underneath, all out, and everybody's straight going that way, holding it very tight. And here we go. Now when I approach the very end, I straddle my fingers both sides like this, holding it so that it doesn't go anywhere. I go real slow back and forth. And that will do it. But wait, there's more. So you can see that lovely ditch that we've created right there. And what you're going to do now, you're not going to cut the fishing line quite yet. You're just going to cut your threads real quick. And now I'm going to cut off that little mohawk right at the top, and be careful not to cut into the ditch, because then it loosens the threads and then it can kind of mess with the gather a little bit. Now with that all finished and gathered, we're going to pull this out just slightly. It kind of sometimes will get sewn in there, so that's okay. I was wanting to get it out of the way, so what we're going to do here, see how we did. So since we're a little over, we're going to keep it on there for a minute. It looks like it's going to want to pull this way. Okay, so because I actually sewed in here really well, it's not going to pull this way, and I need to pull it in order to shorten it, because that's how I'm going to get it to go on that 2-inch comb. So I'm going to be pulling it from this direction, and I'm going to anchor the stitch over here real quick. The first thing I'm going to do is hinge this one side here, and I'm going to do that with some invisible thread. With that locked in, now I can take this side and I'm going to pull it to shorten it to the length of that comb. It's a little bit of a handful, but you got this. I'm going to turn it this way. It'll make it a little easier for me. So it's kind of cool, right? It just moves because it's on that fishing line. All right, and I'm going to just, before I anchor that, I'm going to put a nice dollop of glue all the way down and have your rubbing alcohol handy, because if it gets on the veil, it's easy to take off with the rubbing alcohol. And now pinching that, keeping that in place. Sometimes you can clip it too. Whatever works for you, just find what works for you. We are now going to take off that fishing line over here, so it's not in the way anymore. It certainly does not want to leave us. And now I'm going to do a whip stitch all the way down. And that final step is to finish this off so this raw edge is all hidden. And this is going to be on the bride's head this side. So why don't we go ahead and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the straight side this way, and then I'm going to fold it over this way. And what I do is I glue it real close and into the veil, so it just kind of becomes one. And then I just kind of push that down right into that, right into there, so that this is all like one right here. And then I turn it and do the same on this side. I was a little over there, so I'll take that off. And if you're looking for other ways to edge your veil, I do have some tutorials all about edging your veils, and a pearl edge is in one of those. And if you're looking for another tutorial that would complement this, if you wanted to put little crystals on the body, I have a tutorial on how to crystallize your veil or put pearls on it as well. And you can watch that tutorial right after this lovely video. You can just click on this tutorial and it'll take you right there to put crystals on your body. And that is that. Thank you for watching.